Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of Shaggy, part number 2, and it might be the finale. If it doesn't say finale on it, on the title, it's not the finale. So you guys know by the title. So let's continue, no recap. So, we just finished Naruto and Rock Lee sparring, and Naruto really injured Rock Lee. So there's like a bell that rings saying that, you gotta go to the written portion of the test for the tuning exams. Naruto goes in. Since Shaggy is a big brain, Naruto is a big brain. So Naruto pretty easily passes the test, and yeah. So Naruto, he's waiting for him to, go inside and get the explanation for the next part of the test, which is the Forest of Death. Naruto gets the explanation that he has to collect the other type of scroll. There's two types, the Earth and Heaven scroll. Naruto's given a Earth scroll, and he has to collect the Heaven scroll and go to the tower in the middle of the Forest of Death, and he passes. He has to do it. I think they gave him like 7 days to do it. I have no idea. I don't remember. I think it was 3 days actually. Yeah. So Naruto and his team, Sakura, Sasuke, jump in to the Forest of Death. Naruto says, "Wait right here, I'll get a scroll." Naruto body flickers to the closest scroll, knocks the two other guys out, and grabs the guy with the scroll by the throat, takes his scroll and throws him to where his teammates are knocked out, and then the guy blacks out. Naruto body flickers back to his team, and he says, "Let's go." So Naruto, they're jumping tree to tree like a ninja does. Eventually they get stopped by Orochimaru, but they don't know it's Orochimaru. It's just a normal, I think it was a grass ninja. So Naruto starts fighting him, and Naruto quickly gains the upper hand, and Naruto knows not to fool around with this opponent. He's strong. So Naruto decides to use 0.00006 of his power. And yeah, so Naruto uses 1 point of his power more. He's used a little more of his power and quickly defeats Orochimaru. And he defeats him just by doing a bunch of punches into to a tree. Like Orochimaru's by the tree, and Naruto just keeps punching him into the tree. And then after that, he says, "Think, man, think. Why are you gonna fight me?" So yeah, so I'm gonna put an image of a meme that I love. It's the Omni-Man meme where he tells his son, to think. I'm just gonna replace it with Naruto if I can find an image. If it's not on the thumbnail, I didn't find one. But hopefully I do, because, I don't know if I found it by now. So yeah, so Naruto, he runs back with his team. He grabs his team, then body flickers. They could have done that in the beginning, but they didn't want to be like, oh, it's unfair for everybody else. So Naruto, they go to the middle of the forest, and they're the second place team. Somehow Gaara already got there before Naruto. So yeah. So Naruto and his team are the second one to finish with a record time for the Hidden Leaf, as an hour. No, it took Gaara like an hour, so it takes them like an hour and 5 minutes. So yeah, so they get a record, and then they wait for everybody else for like a day. They just in the tower, eating food, sleeping, and yeah. So eventually, the next portion of the test begins, which is the spars and all that. Naruto, he sees that he's going against his old friend Kiba, so he decides to use 0.00001% of his power, because Kiba isn't the strongest guy out there, but he doesn't want to embarrass him. So Kiba tries to use Wolf Fang over Fang and try to hit Naruto. Naruto dodges it, grabs Kiba, throws him to the wall, then punches. He just pushes Akamaru away, but throws Kiba to the wall. Kiba gets back up and tries to scratch Naruto. Naruto backs up, and Kiba throwing a bunch of scratches at Naruto. Naruto dodges all of them. He catches Kiba's arm and flips him over and makes Kiba hit the ground and then punches Kiba right in the nose. Akamaru bites Naruto. Naruto grabs Akamaru and just like throws him. He doesn't throw him like really hard. He like lightly like tosses him to the floor. Akamaru, realizing that he can't do nothing to hurt Naruto, gives up. So yeah. So Naruto passes, but Kiba fails. Naruto feels bad that he had to defeat his friend so he could pass. And Kiba says, don't worry about it, man. At least one of us passed. So yeah. So Kiba is a much nicer person because he wanted to be the strongest, but Naruto helped him realize that he's the strongest when they were at a young age. So yeah, so Kiba is a nicer person. So a month passes later, Naruto eventually meets Jiraiya, starts training with him, learns the Rasengan insanely fast. Naruto has chakra. He doesn't have I don't want to make him too overpowered and give him all the moves he has in, canon, plus all the abilities and strength he gets from being the reincarnation of Shaggy. So I give him normal chakra reserves, but he doesn't have Kurama. The Nine-Tails beasts were protected by, they were like convinced by Kurama and Shaggy to be nice and not to destroy anyone, and to be friends with the villagers. So no one has a Nine-Tails beast. No one has a tailed beast, basically. So no one's a Jinchuriki. So that's why Minato and Kushina didn't die. So like in canon, they would protect Naruto from the Nine-Tails and attack, but since Nine-Tails is nice, they didn't need to protect him because the Nine-Tails isn't attacking them. So that's how Kushina and Minato don't die. So yeah, I forgot to explain that. When I told you guys they didn't die, I just said they just didn't die. So now I have an explanation. So yeah, so Naruto, after that month, he goes into the arena and he's fighting Neji. Neji is a nice person. Everybody's just a nicer person, basically, except for, the villains like Madara and, Obito and all of them. So yeah, so Shaggy can't prevent people from having war. He didn't want to intervene in the world's problem, so he just let them be. But if anybody threatened the world and what he loved, which is the Naruto universe, he would kill them pretty easily, and he would protect one village, which is the Hidden Leaf. So no one would attack the Hidden Leaf because Shaggy, he just loved the Hidden Leaf because he thought it was a beautiful place, nice people, and they were the first village. So he feels like he has to protect the first village that was made. So that's why Shaggy stayed with the Leaf Village instead of like the stone, sand, cloud. That's the only way I can make it make sense. So yeah. So Naruto, she gets into a fighting stance, ready to fight Neji. Neji leaps at Naruto, tries to touch the chakra points, gets Naruto's chakra points. Naruto uses 0.0007% of his power, punches Neji, sends him flying to the wall, sends him through the wall, breaks the wall, doesn't break the wall fully, just makes a big hole in it, and sends Neji through the wall and out of the arena, and Naruto passes with one punch. And he says, everyone's like, Neji lost in one punch, how pathetic. Neji gets back up and he has a big rash on his stomach. He's like, damn, that Naruto. Neji, he doesn't really hate Naruto, but he's like, dang, Naruto's too strong. He was mad that he had to fight Naruto. So yeah, so then he's like, I have next year. So yeah, so Neji doesn't hold a grudge against Naruto for, defeating him that easily and that quickly. So yeah, so Naruto becomes a Jonin. Not a Jonin, Chunin. Shrek wanted to make him a Jonin, and all the attacks don't happen because Naruto extremely injured Orochimaru, about to kill him. But Naruto didn't want to kill him because he just didn't want to kill him. He's not a killing person. So yeah, so Naruto he spared Orochimaru, so Orochimaru left, and he had to find another body somewhere else. And yeah, so he just leaves Sasuke alone. So all the Sasuke retrieval arc doesn't happen. So a bunch of arcs are missing because Naruto already resolved half of the problems with, sending Orochimaru away from the Hidden Leaf. So yeah. So the next arc after that, since Gaara doesn't have the One Tails, and after that arc it was, oh my god, I forgot. Wait, after the, oh my god, oh yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be the where they find Sasuke and like bring him back, basically try to bring him back, but he disappears. So all those arcs are gone, and the next arc is basically the the war arc basically. So Naruto, Shrek steps down. We're gonna have a big time skip. It's like 4 or 5 years, and Naruto during this time becomes Hokage, and Sasuke becomes his like advisor. So Shrek and Mario step down from office, from being Hokage and advisor, and yeah. So now Naruto is a new Hokage, and since Naruto's strong, Naruto got 100 times stronger. Now Naruto is like almost as strong as Shaggy, but Naruto needs more time to train to become as strong as Shaggy. So Naruto goes to the Kage meeting thing, and he talks with Ray, A, and all of them, Oniki, and they have a that's talking, and eventually Obito comes in and fully attacks Naruto. Naruto dodges all of his attacks, tries to punch Obito. Obito uses Kamui Climax to go right through it. Naruto turns around, tries to kick him again, but he still phases through it. And then Obito jumps back, weaves some hand signs, and he has fireball jutsu, and shoots a fireball at Naruto. Naruto blocks it with his hands, but he does get some burns. Naruto body flickers behind Obito, grabs him by the neck, and throws him to the wall. And then he leaps at Obito in the air and punches his back. Obito, before he could get fully injured, it barely touched, the Naruto's fist barely touched Obito's back, but Obito uses Kamui to go through it. So Naruto destroys like a bunch of walls, because Naruto used 0.5% of his power because Obito was attacking him, and he took that very personally. So A grabs after Obito was distracted on fighting Naruto. A grabs Obito, but Obito gets out of it with Kamui. And Naruto, all the Kage band up to fight Obito and to distract him, because they realize that Obito can't keep using the Kamui thing. They don't know it's Kamui. They just call it the transportating technique. So they just stall for Naruto. So Naruto charges a big Kamehameha like Shaggy does, and blasts it at Obito, about to kill him. But Zetsu steps in for Obito, switching places with him, and Zetsu dies. So Obito declares the fourth Greninja War on him, and all the Kage agree to start a Shinobi Alliance, and Gaara has his whole speech and everything. And yeah, so the fourth Greninja War happens. Naruto, I'm gonna speedrun the fourth Greninja War. We all know Naruto's gonna win, because Naruto, if he used 1% of his power, he could destroy the whole universe. So he easily claps Kaguya, Madara. So we're gonna go through the fights Naruto go through. So Naruto doesn't have that awesome moments with Killer Bee and all those people. He just goes straight in as a Kage, and yeah. So Naruto bands up with the other Hokage to fight Madara. Naruto and the Hokage quickly defeat him. So Madara did go into his full Susanoo form. So it was just up to Naruto, because the other Kage couldn't touch him. So Naruto uses 0.6% of his power and starts beating the hell out of Madara, about to kill him. But thank God for the reanimation thing, or the war would be over right now. So Madara's about to be gone with the reanimation technique, because Itachi did defeat Kabuto, and the reanimation technique is gonna go away. But Madara comes back, and I forget how he gets Jubi form. Oh, sorry about that, guys. The video ended. But let me continue with this so I could finish it right now. Naruto. Oh yeah. So Obito comes back. Madara gets Otsutsuki form and fights Naruto one-on-one. Naruto quickly defeats him with 0.6% of his power, and then Madara steps up. Obito uses his Jubi mode, and Madara and so Naruto quickly defeats Obito Jubi mode. He quickly defeats him. Then he quickly defeats Madara. Then Kaguya comes in. Naruto has a little struggle against Kaguya for some reason because he was getting tired because he was getting bored basically. So eventually he defeats Kaguya, goes home, marries Hinata, has Boruto, and the whole Boruto series happens. Then Naruto dies because of old age. And I'm not going to go into the Boruto series because I only watched like 10 episodes, but I read some of the manga. I don't know why I did that. I'm reading like the new chapters now, and I'm not going to go straight into the new chapters. And yeah, sorry about the video ending, the background gameplay ending and all that. And I think there was 1 or 2 notifications. So tell me if you guys liked this series. It was a short series. I don't know why I made it so short. I didn't really want to do it because to me it made no sense. I had to go like straight out of I usually go straight out of the dome, but I had to really think for this one. And yeah, it took me like an hour or 2 to think about it. So yeah, so that's why the first video was so bad. But hopefully this video makes up for it. So when I post, and I probably will post to like right after this one, because I'm gonna record right after this because I was thinking about playing today instead of recording because I already recorded yesterday and posted, but my brother's using my PlayStation to watch a show. I forget what it's called, and yeah, I can't use my PlayStation. I can't use my VR because it's dead, and for some reason Beat Saber isn't working, and yeah, so I'm just gonna be recording. And hope you guys like this video. If I don't post after the next video, have a nice New Year's, and bye, Baba Booey.